We have crews along the procession route and outside Children's Mercy Park. Let's get to Rae Daniel this morning. Rae, my goodness, we were talking to you standing outside Children's Mercy Park far too recently for lost Wyandotte County Elijah Ming. Describe to us what you're seeing outside right now.
Yeah, Lindsay, I mean, just heartbreaking. Very, very somber here outside of Children's Mercy Park. Lindsay, you were talking about who this person was beyond the badge, and it was so powerful when Pastor Kemper, towards the end of this service, said he was not only a part of his community, but he really embraced his community. I want to get out of the way so you all can see what I'm seeing right now. You see those men holding those flags right there? They are a part of the Kansas Patriot Guard. They were actually invited to attend from the family. So they have been standing there, paying their respects, honoring who Officer Simoncic was. And just behind them is where the procession will start. There are a number of law enforcement motorcycles, and then just up the road, right, also very close to Children's Mercy Park, I saw dozens of law enforcement vehicles from all over the metro. I'm talking about, I saw people from Platte County as well as Raytown, Merriam, Fairway, Westwood, just to name a few. Unfortunately, we've been here before. I mean, just a sad scene. We're already seeing people lining up through this procession route to pay their respects. And for those who want to know more about the procession route, if you take a look at your screen, this is where it starts. It starts at Children's Mercy Park, where I am now. It'll work its way east along State Avenue to downtown KCK before returning back west along I-70 and I-435. I want to mention that one more time, just in case folks are wanting to make their way down here. It starts at Children's Mercy Park. It'll work its way east along State Avenue to downtown KCK before returning back west along I-70 and 435. And we have crews all throughout the procession route talking with people who are wanting to pay their respects. Caitlin, you had mentioned earlier that, what a devastation it is, because knowing who this person was, we could have gotten to know who this person was. And that's what I talked with one woman about. She actually has a cousin and a brother-in-law who work at the KCK Police Department. And she said, honestly, quite frankly, it just sucks. And you hear about the type of person that Simoncic was, and you just want to get to know who he was. So for more on that, I actually want to get to my colleague, Rachel Henderson. Rachel was inside Children's Mercy Park when the funeral service was going on. Rachel, I got to ask, what really stood out to you during the service?
Yeah, Rae, so we're still in here. I'm keeping my voice low. They are starting to have folks file out, but something that stood out to me was just seeing the display of friendship here today. One thing I heard several of Hunter's friends say was that he was someone who showed up, which is miraculous to think about considering the fact that he was busy with his job, extracurricular activities, but to be the kind of person to show up for your friends on top of that really speaks volumes. And clearly he was someone who touched so many people's lives, as evidenced by the crowd here today. Being here inside too, something that also stood out to me was just seeing his baby pictures. It was a reminder of the life that he's lived, and just the amount of intimate photos that we got to see of him as a child and with his family was a reminder of who's really going to be impacted by this loss. Obviously friends and colleagues, but the family's the one who's going to feel it the hardest. So our hearts are most certainly with them, but it's no doubt that he was the type of person who truly made people feel good. I'm going to send it back to Caitlin and Lindsay in the studio.
Well, Rachel, you're absolutely right. The moms and both of us felt that gut punch the first picture we saw. We're thinking and praying about his family.